peplum blazer here. You can see the shape of it. It's like a peplum blazer, and I need to shorten the arms, okay? And I've already marked with a pen. I know you can't see it, but with a black pen I've marked on both sleeves where I need to shorten it at, the length. So I'm just glad that this will be an easier project for me because it's not lined inside the arm area, but it is lined right here on, where the back area is. So if it was also lined in the arm area, then it would be a much more difficult project because I would have to, consider I would have to unpick where the lining is, and it would just be more difficult. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this inside out. Actually, what I'm going to do first, because it will be inside out and I won't be able to see where I marked it, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Now right here they turned it. I have to consider how I was looking at first. You can't see it here, but because this is a dark navy blue, they've matched the thread where it's sewed, like right here where they put the thread at. So I'm gonna, see about matching it that way as well. So I'm probably I'm going to cut it maybe the halfway mark to give myself time to fold it in. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'm going to fold it inside out, and I'm going to put my pins in. So I'm going to put my pins in, and then I will come back once I've done that. And I have to get used to looking in the right area when I'm recording this because I know I was looking off. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that one moment, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I wanted to show you, I have even though I'm cutting the length of the arm sleeve, I have matched up, I'm folding the blazer in half. It's folded in half, and I matched up the sleeves. Excuse me, I have the shoulder area lined up, okay, and this is the length of the sleeve here. Now right here is where I have the black pin, so I want to cut around this area. So I have both of the sleeves matched up all the way to the end so that it's an even cut, and I thought this might be helpful for you to see on the camera, okay, because I want it to be cut evenly. Match this up on myself here, make certain it's all smoothed out. This way so you can see, and then I'm going to take my scissors and cut right around here. These aren't the best scissors, so just do your best. Hopefully you have better scissors than mine. Just get a firm grip. Hopefully your material is not too thick, like a wool or anything like that. And I was able to get a nice, even enough cut. And always save your scraps because you'll never know what you have to use them for. I'm going to just set that aside. Okay, so just showing you ahead of time what I'm going to do now. Okay, so again, my line right here of the full length that I need to stop at is right here. So that's why I cut past that mark, because I want to be able to fold it in. Okay, and I want to show you that right now. So I'm going to fold it in all the way to where my black pin mark is. So my black pin mark is right here, and I folded it all the way in there. Okay, if you have a serger, then you can serge the ends. I would recommend that. Before you turn it inwards, that you serge the edges all the way around on your machine. If you don't have a serger, you can use your sewing machine with a zigzag stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and I think for myself to save time, let me see, I'm going to turn it inward once and let's see. Let me go ahead and just do I'm probably going to go ahead and do the zigzag stitch first and then come back and then go to the machine. I'm going to put my pins in and then go on to the machine. So one moment, I'll be right back. Okay, so in the little book here, it says to do the zigzag stitch, this should be on 6, 3.0 and 1.5. Now these two numbers can change, but I want to put this on 6. So I'm just showing you on my Mod 30 Janome machine how to do this. And press this button first. And let's see, I want to move this to 6. Hold on. Okay, so I'm hitting the plus mark now, all the way till 6. That's zigzag. And it's already set it to 3.0 and 1.5 automatically, so I did not have to change these. Once I put it on 6, it was already at 3.0 and 1.5. So now let me go ahead to the next step and go to the machine. I'm going to put you on pause. Okay, now it was just too tight too tight of a fit when I put this sleeve directly over the armhole on my machine, and it would have been I would not have been able to move the material. It would have just been too tight of a fit. So basically I just have it sitting on top. See, this is the armhole here. Normally this arm on the machine, this would be around this arm of the machine, but the fit was too tight. So when you have that issue, just go ahead and just make certain that you're sewing over one layer at the time. So I have it like this. And I'm going to be sewing at the edge, so when it does the zigzag, it's going to be the needle is going to come right down here at the edge of the sleeve here, and it's going to go zigzag like this, so it should always come back to the outer edge here. And it maybe sometimes it may actually sew on the material as opposed to coming all the way to the edge, just outside of the edge, but that's okay. Just keep going all the way around the circumference of the wristlet here of the arm. Okay, so, and I have it on the slowest speed. I'm going to go ahead and bring down my needle. Hopefully my finger won't be in the way too much. I'm going to start. Hold on, stop. I see that I need to bring this over some more. Bring my needle down. Let's try it again. Start. Now I'll do a backspace. Now I'll go start again. And you don't need to see me do this the whole time. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off camera, and then I'll come back once done. I hope that this helps. I hope that I'm close enough now for you to see me doing the actual zigzag stitch. I wanted to explain it better because I've already completed the first zigzag sleeve and it turned out really nicely. I'll show you that in a moment. But so I have the material is in the middle of my foot pedal. It's in the middle of my of this footer here, right in the middle, and that's where my needle is lined up. It's going to come down right in the center, which will be right at the edge of the material. So the material is in the middle of the footer, and my needle will be coming down right in the center of this footer, which will also be the very edge of the material. Okay, so hopefully that one won't sound confusing. So let me go ahead and bring down the footer. Let me bring down the needle. I already have my footer in the down position. I'm going to bring down my needle. And making certain that I'm not sewing 2 layers at the time. So you have to sometimes stop and just make adjustments. Okay. All right, and I already have my speed set. So let me press start and then reverse. Let me do the reverse again. Now start. And it's just catching the edge. See how I'm pulling it to make certain that I'm just sewing under 1 layer at the time, because I'm going around the whole circumference. Of the arm here. And I'm continuing to work this around. Just keeping a close eye of my material to make certain that it stays in the center of the footer, right where the needle will catch it on the edge there. And this is the starting point right here, so we've almost gone all the way around. And I'm going to slow it down just a little bit, the speed. Stop it. Bring the needle down. And I'm going to do a back stitch and then come forward and be done. Back stitch. Start. And stop. Let me pull this out. Lift up my footer. Pull this out for about 2 inches and then go ahead and cut it. Okay, 1 second and we'll look at this in just a moment in better lighting. Okay, so I hope you can see The zigzag stitch is very thin. After all, it is only 1.5 width across, and this is it going across here, so it's very fine, and I really like it like that. So now right here, I hope you can also see the black pin mark of the full length that I need for it this sleeve to be. So what I want to do is I want to turn in the edge right there all the way to where this black pin mark is. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I can feel along where that edge is inside. I can feel where it's turned in on the inside. I can feel it along as I sew, and so I know to go ahead and sew right there. But if you are a beginning sewist, then what you can do is turn this on the inside out, and then you can actually see the edge on the inside, and then you can sew it just inside of the of where the zigzag stitch is. So let's go to the machine so I can better show you. Okay, so now that you've done your zigzag stitch on the edge of this sleeve here, if you are a beginning sewist, I would recommend that you turn this inside out, and so that you make certain that your lines are straight when you sew, and go ahead and turn it in turn it in one time, and hold on. Let me make certain I'm telling you the right thing. Well, just do it like this. Just do it like this. Don't turn it inside out. Just go ahead and, because I want to make certain that this turns out right. You just have to get used to feeling it as you sew. So because I put a mark here, and I want to make certain that it's evenly sewed. So I can better see it by not turning it on the inside out, by just leaving it right side up. Okay, so I have my line there, and so I'm going to turn this in all the way to where my line is. And I'm going to get my pins ready and pin all the way around. So let me go ahead and pin all the way around, and then we'll go to the machine together. Okay, so let me put you on pause. I wanted to show you that I am pinning, I have the material facing me right side up, so I have not turned it inside out yet. And I'm doing this because I can only see the black line that I put as far as the full length that I want to go by looking at it right side up. Okay, so I'm pinning the inside because when I get ready to sew, I'm gonna turn it inside out and then sew it with it inside out, if that makes any sense. So sorry for any confusion. So I'm looking at the material right side up, which is the normal way that you see someone when they put a jacket on. And so I'm pinning it on the inside, right next to, pinning it on the inside right next to, this is the zigzag stitch edge right there. So I'm pinning it just inside of that zigzag stitch. See, here's the zigzag stitch here on the inside, and I'm pinning it just inside of there. I only have about 5 pins that I've used. use however many you need to use. Okay, so then I'm going to do that on both sleeves, and then what I'm going to do when I go to the machine, I'm now going to flip it inside out, and be careful that you don't stick yourself with the pins, because see, the pins are pinned on the inside. You see, this is the right side out, but I've pinned it on the inside. Okay, so I'm got my hand in here and I'm going to turn it inside out, and be careful that you don't stick yourself because those pins hurt. Take your time. So see, when I go to the machine, then I can actually see where the edge is. And when you sew on the machine, you're going to be sewing just inside. This is the zigzag stitch here. You're going to be sewing a straight stitch, so you're going to have to change that zigzag stitch back to the straight stitch, and that information is in the manual as well. That came with the machine. Then you just sew just inside of the edge of the zigzag stitch. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pin it correctly on the other sleeve, and then we'll go to the machine. Got to turn this back from a zigzag stitch to a straight stitch, so I'm going to go back down, and then right now we're ready for a straight stitch. Let's go to the machine. Okay, I've already let my needle down. Okay, let me get you closer. Okay, I've already let my needle down, and I put my speed down slower because I don't want to go too fast on this, because I have to take my time with taking these needles out. Make certain that you're only sewing on top of one layer. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Backspace. Come forward. Start again. Let me stop. Just want to make certain that everything is laying flat. Start. Bring my needle down. You'll have to constantly make adjustments. I'm just going to show you a little bit of the sewing on here, because I don't want the video to be too long, and then I'll show you the finished product once I'm done, because I want to make certain that I do a good job on this. Okay, let me just go forward a little bit more, and then I'll do the rest off camera. Stop there. Okay, I'm going to do the rest off camera, and then I'll come back with the finished product. Okay, so you see that I'm done with sewing. So I'm going to turn both the sleeves inside out. And you can just fold the garment in half to just line everything up. I'm going to connect the shoulders and it looks like it's pretty even. It might just be slightly off, but I won't be able to tell unless the person puts this on. Mistake here, but I'll fix that later. Okay, so, but yeah, Okay, as I was saying, line it up at the shoulders. You have the garment in half, and then you can see the two the two sleeves at the end are lined up, and you can get a better understanding of if it's lined up correctly once the person tries it on. So give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for hanging in there with me. See you next time.